Hello again, third grade. It's Miss Beatty here. I am just making a quick video to help you with review of our first MIU. It came up really quick, but let's go over what we've learned so far and do some practice problems to be ready for our test. So, we've been learning about things that come in groups, and we're able to solve problems involving multiplication and division. Here are some key words. So our first vocab word is multiplication. Multiplication is the operation in which one factor is the size of the group and the other factor is the number of groups. So by looking here, we can see that. Let me show you. Let's see if I can. Here we go. So if I can show you here, there are 3 groups in all. Where do we see that in the number sentence? Right here. There's 3. And we can see in each group, let me change the color here, there are 5 apples. We have 5 right here. We know that 3 times 5 equals, take a look, 5 plus 5 plus 5. 3 times 5 is the exact same as 5 plus 5 plus 5. Multiplication is really just repeated addition. Okay, moving on. Also, we have equation. An equation is a mathematical sentence with an equal sign. The quantity on one side of the equal sign is the same as the quantity on the other side. So 7 times 5 equals 35. 35 is 7 5 times or 5 7 times. Another vocab word is digit. A digit is any of the symbols 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. We learned about factors. A factor are the numbers that are multiplied to get a product. So for example, in the sentence 2 times 6 equals 12, the factors are 2 and 6. We also learned about the word product. A product is the answer to a multiplication problem. For an example, in this multiplication sentence, we have 5 times 3 equals 15. 15 is the product. We also learned about multiple. A multiple is the product created when multiplying the same number by any other whole number. For example, here's multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and so on. Let's do some practice problems together. This one's asking us to write a sentence to explain the modeling. Okay, the modeling is what they're showing us. So I'm going to say, let's see if I'm not sure if I can type, so listen here, listen very close. I'm going to say, there are 2 groups of 3 cars. Each car has 2 wheels on one side. That means there are 12 wheels in all. Did you guess it? 12? You're right. If we were counting wheels on both sides of the car, it would be 24. 12 times 2. Okay. So now we wanted to write a multiplication sentence to describe the picture. So let's look back at the picture really quick. I went a little too far. So let's think of all of the groups we have first. How many groups do we have? We have, let me get my pen. We can solve it a couple ways. We can say that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars. So I can say there's 6 groups of how many wheels that are showing. 1, 2. 6 groups of 2 equal 12. Or you can say it another way like this. Watch here. I can say that there's 2 groups And in each group, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wheels. 2 times 6 still equals 12. So that's 2 ways you get your answer. And they're both still correct. So let's move on. Here is a story problem. In the sky, there are 5 stars. Each star has 5 points. Create a model and write an equation to represent the problem. So they're not asking us to fully solve the problem. They first want us to make a model. So make a model of it and then write an equation. So let's do that first. We're going to make a model first. Let me get yellow for stars. Remember, they were saying there's 5 stars. So I'm going to draw 5 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each star has 5 points. Let me check to make sure I did that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now that I have made my model, I can check that off. I'm going to write an equation now. I'm going to write that in a different color. Let's do blue. So let's first look here. If I have 5 stars, I'm going to write 5 because there's 5 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each star has 5 points. So I'm going to do 5 times 5 equals what? We can solve it if we want. You can count the points. You can use a number line like we've done before. You can skip count 5 times. I'm going to skip count because that's easiest for me right now. So I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. So I know now I can erase this and fill in my answer. 5 times 5 equals 25. Okay, so that one's done. Let's move on now to another question that's asking, if you are skip counting by 3s, which numbers would you not count? Circle the numbers you would not count. I can either use a multiplication chart that's by me, or I can use a number line, or I can skip count in my head. So I'm going to do skip counting in my head right now. And watch as I circle what ones are multiples of 3. Okay? So I'm going to look for any 3s. 3, 6, I don't see any 6s. How about 9? We have a 9, so I'm going to put a check mark by the 9 because we're not going to be circling them because we are circling the numbers that we would not count. The next would be 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. I noticed that 24 is my biggest number here, so I'm going to stop there. And now I'm going to look back at what numbers I did not count. Those numbers get circled. 8 is not a multiple of 3. 13 is not a multiple of 3. And 16 is not a multiple of 3. So now, our next question for review is, write down the multiplication sentence you would use to solve 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. So I know that a number that's going to be in our sentence is 2 because I see 2 all through here. So I'm going to write down 2. But the question is, how many times do I see the number 2? I see it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 2 times 5. Remember, 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is the same as 2 times 5. Okay? So let's solve this. I know that 5 2 times is what? I want you to blurt it out if you know what 5 2 times is, or 2 5 times is. I know that 5 2 times is 10. So 2 times 5 equals 10, and this number sentence here also equals 10. Okay. So that is the end of our video for our review of MIU number 1. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, please remember you can refer to our resource room at our school or save questions for the next time you're in class, okay? Thank you so much.